Namaste everyone, this is Shrikant Rangdar, and in this video we are going to continue developing our course on Moodle. And you can see this is the college website where we are developing the course, and this is the course we are focusing our attention on. You can see there are a lot of topics for which a lot of quizzes have already been generated, and they have been created in a gamified manner so that lower levels of Bloom's taxonomy, once that is cleared with a high enough score, only then the next level is going to unlock. And the time has also been limited for these two, depending on how quickly the students are supposed to be able to recall the different subject matters. For example, remember level is given just 5 minutes for 10 questions. Most of them are MCQ, but they're supposed to recall those the answers very quickly, and that's the reason we only 5 minutes are given for remember level. And the score on the other hand is higher. The minimum score required to pass remember level exam is 70%, and only then the next level is going to unlock. For understand level, because it's a thought process oriented test, 10 to 15 minutes are given depending on how complex the understand level questions are in the question bank. And but since these questions are a bit tough, the minimum score required for passing this has been reduced a little to 60%. And the apply level tests, there is no limit for most of the questions. Of course, depending on the complexity of the questions, we can provide a time duration also, but I think because students may not be able to complete the problem in one sitting, so time limit for most of these apply level questions have been removed totally. And since apply level questions are much more difficult to solve, and we will be asking very high number of inputs after the diagram is complete, we'll be asking you to measure a minimum of 4 to 5 different inputs from that finalist diagram, and most of them are bound to be wrong. At least 50% of those answers need to be correct for them to clear the apply level with successfully. And all these questions are free for any number of attempts. They can attempt these questions any number of times, and that's what makes this challenging and interesting for the students. It is gamified and they are liking it very much. And I just like to show one or two some of these quizzes. If you go inside, there are, okay, come on, don't do that now. All right, so let me just wait for this. It'll come back. So meanwhile, let me come back here and start planning for our next topic, and that topic is projection of planes. The projection of planes is something that we cannot find the answers by just formula calculation alone. So I have decided to use a CAD software to find the answers for the questions. Okay, so come on here. All right, so this is the website where I've created all the models. Let's sign in. All right, so there we go. All right, so okay. Signing in. Okay, fine. So new classes and assignments. Wow, something else has been added here. I'll go to that a little later. Import from Google Drive, labels, publications. Okay, I'll go through this later. Okay, fine. There's something that's new, I guess. Wow, you manage classes, educators. All right, so I guess there are some more features added to Onshape recently. I'll go through that later. And this is where I'll stop part. Let me hide this for a moment. And we have projection of planes. Projection of planes are supposed to be here. I don't know. It's maybe it's shifted somewhere else. So I need to move this. Okay, so it's in regular solids. There it is projection of plane. So I just need to bring it outside, I guess. because it's not part of the solids. So but so I guess I need to come back here and then just click here and move it. Right, so when you okay, so where am I supposed to go? I guess I just need to click over there. Okay, fine. So in engineering graphics, what? Yeah, there it is, the projection of planes. So this will help us in creating the questions. Let's see if the site is back online. Yeah, it's back. You can see here there are only around 130 students in the to whom this course has been shared, and there are 287 attempts that the students have made in order to pass this test. So that means they are showing a lot of interest. There is no scarcity of interest as the students are showing, and a lot of students are doing at least tries, if not tries, maybe 4 or 5 times as well there to solve this problem. So we arrange it by the students' names. You can see the roll number 1 has attempted this quiz thrice, and only on the 3rd attempt was able to actually clear this. There are some students who have done it 5 times, and the list goes on. It's fine. So they are to actually go back and study the subject matter, understand the mistakes from the review, of course, but the next time they come, the questions are not going to be the same. So you'll have to go back. They'll have to study the topic, and only then when they come back prepared and answer this, are there any chances of them passing this with a minimum grade that is required. And that's what is making these tests a lot challenging, very differently challenging for them. And I'm hopeful that they're enjoying this to a certain degree. So for today's session, we'll be designing questions on prediction of planes. Okay, so let's go to the question bank, and okay, so this is where all the categories are there. So you can see there is a category for points, and we have a category for planes, and this is where we're supposed to add our questions. We already have some questions on problem on rhombus, and then we have projection of solids. Okay, we are supposed to create a separate category altogether for this one. We'll come back to that in a while. So right now our aim should be to create some questions for prediction of planes right here, and for doing that I have created this thing. So this is just for demo purpose. You can see all the whatever different type of planes we want to show them. We can just create we have all of these available. Again, also change the values and see the planes taking up the planes, showing that those differences instantaneously. So this is an isosceles triangle. We can see both these two lengths are equal, and of course these two angles are also equal. Then we have equilateral triangle, then we have a square, then we have a pentagon, sorry, we have hexagon and circle, and all these are planes. So these solids, they are just meant for giving a demo to the students to make them understand what these planes appear like in the front view or in the other view, and when they are inclined at different angles, how they appear. That's what these models are supposed to be, have been created for. Now coming to the problem solutions, you can see here that a problem of triangles has been solved over here. There are two possibilities here. One is to triangle to equilateral, that there is a triangle, isosceles triangle is taken, and then we orientate according to different things, different positions. So we'll have to start with this. So we'll probably have to start with this. I guess I had created a new XML version for the close, so I think I'll just go ahead and use that. That will also help us do some troubleshooting if there are any errors in this. Okay, so XML version is what we are interested in doing. So let me take a copy of this, copy to existing, and then this is where we want this to be copied. Just need to copy paste this over here. There we go. insert it. So that will come here probably at the end. Should come yet. Okay. Okay, so now it's come. Let's see now. So yeah, copy of XML, we are able to find this. So this we need to make it plain apply level. Plain apply level is the question with this. So let's just keep it after the third one. Okay, so the third unit was where planes topic actually started, and this is where we're having it. All right, so okay, so we want the close type quiz. Let's move this close type quiz all the way up to the category. Fine. Right, so this is where we want this to be. Let's keep one above and below. All these question types, I guess we're not going to be taking all these question types, so we'll just hide it. All right. So Costrel is my choice of font always. Okay, so what's so at the top level, so default it's at the same level, so it's got to be planes. Under planes we gotta go for apply. Right, so under planes and apply we need a separate for separate folder for triangles. All right, let's see if that code has been applied over here. So planes apply triangles. Yeah, the code has been applied. So so this will choose the category where this question is added, and then we just need to choose the question type, of course close, and this is where a question has to appear. Right, so there's nothing at the bottom around here, so let's just combine it and expand this a little so that we get some space to add the question. So what's the type of question that we have around here? You can see this is a problem which deals with isosceles type of triangle. So an isosceles triangle is with base. All right, so given data, this is where the given data is going to start. So base length, we're going to just mark it as b and height h. An isosceles triangle with base b and height h is resting with its base on HP. Its surface is inclined at okay, so let's say we'll have to take some angle over here, so let's call this alpha. So its surface is inclined at alpha with HP, and the base itself is inclined at beta. So beta with VP. Draw its projections and answer the questions that follow. Alright, so there are going to be two inputs, so let's insert one more below this thing and just try to drag it down. This one needs to be beta, and yeah, first the angles. The angles, let's start at 30 degrees and go all the way up to 75. Okay, and in steps of 5. Okay, we can take 5, no problem. And the same thing actually needs to be taken over here. just drag it down there. So you can see the two angles are generated between these two limits, and the values that we get here are always multiples of 5. So I guess we are not going to require this code. Yeah, we are not going to require this, so let me hide this. And let's focus now on the next part. So these are the two parts that have been given to us, and there has to be a question. Fine. So in which true shape of the triangle visible? So there are 3 steps. So okay, so 4th step doesn't even exist, so I guess, but yeah, the 4th step doesn't exist. 1, 2, 3, and these 2, I guess we just have to remove it, and so it is with this. So there are 4 options, and the students have to select what is a step in which the true shape actually is visible. So you can see it is visible in the first step, so that's what they actually need to select. This is a question for 1 mark. Alright, so let's go ahead and insert some more this, copy this, paste over. The next question we're going to ask is in which view is the true shape visible? Okay. Yeah, so it's a question, so a question mark has to go. In which view is the true shape visible? So there are actually the side view, front view, the top view. These are the only 3 options for them. This is not an option. So it's going to be visible in top view. Alright, so that's the thing. So we'll come back to that. Let's go for the calculated results. So first thing we need to measure is area of the final front view. Area of the final front view. How much is that? So we'll have to take as values, and then accordingly we'll have to the boss. Actually, I recently made a change to this, and that change I don't think it's gonna last. It's gonna stick for some time. So I think it's better if we bring it back into the old format. So yeah, just yesterday night itself I had doubts about this new format working in sync with what models we had earlier. So we had this close format, and that's the format I think which we should continue to follow over here as well. So these 2 blocks we need to go all the way back here, and come on, this is confusing me. So this unit. Okay, so this has to come over here. Unit has to move over here. Okay, unit has to move over here. The value has to move over here. This is where that thing is there, and so just could bring it over here. So marks. Well, B is having the actual push, then that is followed by the marks. Guess this is good enough, isn't it? Okay, let's merge it vertically. So I guess this is the one we're gonna go with for now. Okay, it's time for the class. I'll have to run for that. But before going over there, here is the funnel front view. So let's mark this. We have the front. Yeah. In the front view. The funnel top view. This is gonna be mm square. Areas we have to find it from the on-chip. Let's go ahead and put the okay. So in it now. Side view. Okay. I guess that's enough. Let's see if the code is working correctly or not. Then we will run off to the class. So here we need to just this, replace all double inverted commas, and this should be uploadable. So let's save it to the desktop. XML. Alright, so guess we're ready for this. Let's go here. Then okay, we're gonna go for import. The XML file version is what we want to import. Let's go there, import. Oh, so there is a problem error. At least one embedded answer. Embedded answers are not included, or what? Okay, so there is some problem with this code. We'll come back and try to resolve it later. Goodbye for now. I have to run for the class.